Please don't give me advice on how I should be doing this on the road with a multiple changes every day. Every time we post about veganism or like living healthy, it's always the 10 people who never leave their house who have opinions on how everybody else in the world should be operating. Hello, namaste. Welcome to the Zarna Garg family podcast. We are here with the full family. This is going to be a fun, light episode for everybody except me. You're going to see why. Let me get right into it. Introduce the whole family. My husband of 26 years, Shalab Garg, Wall Street veteran. My daughter, who's about to finish college, Zoya Garg. My son, who just finished freshman year in college, Bridge Garg. And my little one, my middle schooler, Veer Garg. We're all in the house. And today's episode is about health trends. What are we doing in the name of health? What are we spending money on? What is sticking? What is not sticking at all? That's going to be my specialty. And I know my son, my college kid, is doing Hard 75, which is all the rage. We're going to get an update from him. My husband has been doing intermittent fasting for many, many years now. We're going to get an update from him. So let's get right into it. What is the latest and the greatest, especially for the middle schoolers also?
Wait,
What are we
first of
seeing in
all, I
health?
think it's so unfair that you're saying that you don't stick with anything because I do feel like you're the number one walker of all time.
I agree. Yeah, she does stick
Oh.
with the walking, and not just the walking. I mean, in the last couple of years, she's taken health very seriously. Since her career, I think it's coincided well with her success at work.
I'm trying, but it doesn't like. I mean, there definitely when you write and your job is writing, you sit a lot. Like I feel like I saw somewhere. I don't know if you guys saw that fitness influencer who said every hour you should stand up and do like 10 squats.
Oh my God.
Did you see that?
Every
Because
hour?
because people sitting for a long time uninterrupted is where the problem is right now in health. And I see that with me. Like if I'm in a writing session with my team, sometimes 3, 4, 5 hours we don't move.
I mean,
And
I'm in a similarly static job too, as you're saying, right? Sitting on a
yeah, but
computer
it's
is no
not
better.
good. Your job too. You just
Yeah,
sit
it's
in
not
a
better.
chair
And
all
I'm
day.
and you're right. It makes it very hard. I got a standing up chair, standing up table, but I never push it up, so I'm always sitting anyway. Like the table can help me to stand up and work. And that's like the most stupidest idea ever because I never do it that way. If there's a chair, then I will sit. I'm not going to just
No, but
randomly
a
stand.
lot of people now, I've seen a lot of standing desks in
I
offices,
do
and
a
I
lot of
see.
standing
But
desks
do you
though.
use it to stand up, or do you just sit
Yeah,
anyway?
yeah. The
Okay,
only
I
reason
don't
I'm
find it.
sitting right now is because it would be a little aggressive if I was standing for the podcast recording. But for most of my day-to-day work, I use a standing desk.
Oh, good for you. I don't find I have a standing table, but I never stand up on it. I
Do you
just
get
sit.
Yeah,
tired standing for that long?
it's not. It's more so like I will do 50 minutes of work at a time and then I'll go walk and do something. Like you can't stand for that amount of time for such a significant chunk, but you can
Mhm.
stand and do your writing assignment and do but I couldn't do, for example, when I'm coding, I can't stand. When I'm coding, I do need to sit and be just completely focused. I'm talking about more administrative work that I can stand for.
Yeah. I have friends who have a walking pad in addition to a standing desk. So they're walking in one place while they're doing what they're doing, but I don't know how I don't see myself being able to do it.
Right. I mean, I was a
Bridge,
very
what's hard?
unhealthy 19 and 22-year-old. So see my 19 and 22-year-olds be healthy. I feel really good. It's awesome. And Bridge doing this, 150 grams. Is that 150 grams of protein a day, Bridge? Or is it more?
Yeah, it's
Can
okay.
you
So
explain what
basically,
Hard
I'm doing
75
a
is?
yes. So I'm doing a hard 75 challenge where I've named it myself Lat Challenge because it's not necessarily designed or other people think it's famous. It's just something that I'm doing that works for myself. Basically, what I do is I consume 150 grams of protein, which is roughly a little bit under my body weight, but it seems like a realistic goal. I think that's the easiest part of my challenge, actually, is just
What do
eating.
you mean your body weight? Your body weight is a lot more than 150 grams.
Yeah, a little less, but it's not a lot. It's not like 200. I weigh like 155, 160. So it's not
Pounds, not
like
grams.
yeah, pounds. But oh, I meant gram per pound. I should explain
Oh,
that. Yeah.
sorry.
So
I didn't
yeah, I
understand that.
meant gram per pound.
Okay,
Yeah, like
okay,
at one
okay.
gram correlating to 1 pound.
Oh, got it. That's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. So if I'm
Yeah.
160 pounds, you're supposed to 160 pounds, 160
Yeah.
grams. Got it. Mm.
Or at least really close to that goal, which
Mm.
is what I'm doing. Which I think I actually pass every single day because it's not that hard if you eat chicken or you eat steak or beef in general. So I actually bought like 4 packs of ground meat and I cooked it, and now I have like meat for the next like 2 weeks of just ground meat. It tastes really bad, but it gives you the protein and it's really quick eat. And then, which brings me to the next thing, which is water. This is the hardest part of the challenge by far. It's drinking a gallon of water every single day. I promise you, if you do not track your water, you are getting nowhere close to a gallon of water every single day. Because
Yeah.
since I've started this challenge, I've realized how hard it is, how many nights where I've wanted to literally throw up water because of how much water I was drinking.
Can you
And
have watery coffee?
no, it does not count. In Hard 75, the only thing that counts as water is plain water, not seltzer, not
I mean,
juice,
it's
not
crazy, Bridge, because you were
milk,
already very, very healthy and you don't think you were getting enough water?
not even close. I wasn't even getting half of a gallon of water every single day.
It's
Because
really hard. I
Did
mean,
you?
I have to have a
Oh, is
lot of
that
water.
like how much is
yeah,
that?
look, so this bottle of water, this huge one right here, I would need to drink 6 of these every single day to
I
get
probably drink half of that a day.
yeah. So then you probably get half a gallon of water every single day.
And
Yeah.
what, but I mean,
So,
your
yeah.
skin is glowing, Bridge. Just
Yeah.
even right now.
Drinking water it changes everything. Your body starts to utilize the water better, helps you generate more muscle and recover your muscle faster, and you pee so much. I think I pee like 9, 10 times a day now. I pee 3 times every single time I'm trying to sleep. It's actually insane how much
What do you
water
do
it
if you're
is.
outside walking around or something like that? Like you go into a Starbucks to pee?
I pee like I just pee anywhere. I'll pee in the grass. I'll pee like wherever I can
Oh,
find it.
really?
Ew.
Around Manhattan?
Yes, if I'm in Central Park, if I'm near Central Park, I could just go into Central Park, pee, and then come right back out.
That's
Oh my God.
disgusting.
No, but I get it. Like, how is he supposed to then?
I think
This,
runners and like athletes do that. Like this is not the first time I'm hearing this. Like,
Okay, and then the
You know,
last
especially
part of
guys, not
75
the
hard.
women, not the women so much, but the guys. I have heard, especially the ones who run like long distance runners. I've heard that.
Speaking of long distance runners, I have a health accomplishment. Actually, I
Yes.
ran my first 15K, which is a 10-mile run. It's actually 9 miles, but I did get lost at one point, so I added an extra mile, which was ridiculous. San Francisco has one of the most famous 15Ks of all time because you run it in a costume. And so I ran it as Wonder Woman. You can check out the vlog on my Instagram page. But I have to say, I was really, really proud of myself. I ran very slowly. So like usually if I'm running like 3 to 6 miles, I can hit about an 8.5 minute per mile pace, which is good. That's like fast or like pretty good. But
so how
this
long did
one
it take you to
For the
finish
entire
the?
time, you hit an 8.5 minute mile a minute.
No. For this, that's what I'm saying. My normal time is for the entire time
Oh,
for
okay.
the 15K that I did. I hit 11 minutes per mile.
Yeah,
Which,
okay. I was
on
about to
the
say
dot,
that's
by the way, guys, on the dot, which
So
is
an
like,
hour and a
that's my
half. That's it.
star
In an
number.
hour and a half, you were done.
In an hour and a half, I was done. It was such an accomplishment. Honestly, I was telling mom, I saw so many moms who just like wore like a cape or just felt like they wanted to do something fun, and they just were walking the whole thing with their friends. So I think if you walked it, it would probably take you like 3 hours or something like that. But like all these women, these mom groups were walking it together. I was telling my mom, you should do it because it instills so much confidence in you in such a bizarre way. I never understood the whole like people get addicted to running marathons and running these races, and I never could see myself doing it. But it was such an empowering experience.
Did you train ahead of it? Or you just
I mean, I
naturally?
run a lot. I do run. I would say that my split in terms of my workouts are I do yoga a lot, three to 4 times a week. I run twice a week. One of my runs is a short run, so it's a 3-mile run. One of my runs is a 6-mile run or more if I can like push myself. I lift twice a week. I should be lifting more. I just do the compound exercises, and that's what I do. Sometimes I'll
What's a
throw in a
compound
SoulCycle.
exercise?
Like I only do like the big squats. So like Bridge, if you go to the gym with Bridge, he's doing like every version of bicep curl you could possibly do, which trains all your little muscles. I don't do any of that. I just do like the big squats, the whatever, like the press, because I don't enjoy doing like all that mini muscle like situation. For some people enjoy it and you get really toned, but I don't really enjoy it.
I also don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Which brings me to the last part of my Hard 75, which is I go to the gym 5 times a week now. And that's how you have to do it in this challenge so that you're able to maximize your muscle with the water to make you recover and the protein to build up the muscle.
Oh
So
my.
just for all the people out there who are curious about a 75-day challenge they can do it themselves so that they can get whatever type of thing they want, the way to do it is you set your meal plan. What are you going to eat every single day for 75 days? Like to the thing, the same exact food every single time. I
But
eat the
last
same
night I saw
breakfast.
you eat all this Indian food. How do you then include
That
that?
was in addition to my 5 meals. So I eat 5 meals a day, and then and no matter what happens, I'm eating those 5 meals a day. I can eat more, but I have to get that minimum of 5 meals every single day.
Wait, I just
And
want
then
to point out. I don't want to interrupt. I want you to finish your thought. Like, I know you're eating 5 meals a day, but like, this is actually so impractical.
It is
yeah.
very impractical. I don't know if you can do this
Well,
in the
I don't
long
know if
run.
it's impractical. I don't know why it's impractical. Because if I label my meals, it's really not that difficult. You just have to meal prep. If you can meal prep your food and bring your food everywhere you go, it's really not that hard.
I'm
The
saying that
morning
could
is
you
just
do
two
this during
eggs.
college?
Yeah, if I meal prepped, yes.
How
It's
how will
not
you
if you
get those
just
5 meals at college?
well, one, the breakfast is always just eggs, which is the easiest meal in the entirety of the easiest meal. Then after that, it's a protein shake. Protein shakes are easy. Like if you're ever at home, you can easily drink a protein shake. Then right after that, I eat either yogurt, which every college has yogurt. So you just have to have a bowl of yogurt, which is about 17 grams of protein, depending on the yogurt, and you can add stuff to make it even more grams of protein. And then right after that, you have to have some sort of chicken, which again, every college has chicken. The
I
only meal
guess.
that'd be kind of hard to get is the beef. But if
Um,
you actually commit yourself to it and meal plan, it's not as difficult as it looks.
Wait, I guess the one thing that I just want to say is that in order to have a healthy lifestyle, you do have to plan a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
irrespective of you,
that's
if you're
true.
doing
That is, yeah.
if you're doing a hard 75, if you're doing whatever what I'm doing, where like I know on Tuesdays I have a lighter schedule, so I have more time to
And you're
run
right,
or
sir. And you
whatever.
have to disregard if your spouse gets upset or angry and starts to throw taper tantrums or tantrums of any kind.
What are you
You just have to
talking about?
disregard it
What?
because they don't understand that it's a lot of planning.
Are you talking about me?
No, I'm just saying hypothetical spouse.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, but I do know that when I'm on the road, which is a lot, it is very, very hard to stick to anything because there's so many unknown variables that you have to deal with. That restrict, I mean, I'm looking, if somebody watching has solutions for how to be healthy on the road, please hit us up, because I'm looking for solutions, like to eat clean on the road. Oh my god, like the food that you're
Mm,
subjected to in
mm.
airplanes and like hotels, even the expensive hotels are like, people have just given up. Even like the Four Seasons, the food quality is so bad, it's not even funny. Like, they try to make it look fancy, but it's all fancy bad food,
Mm.
you know.
With
Bridge, what
kids,
does your workout hour look like?
What's my split?
Yeah, what kind of workout do you do? That Didi explained
So
hers.
yeah, so my split exactly, specifically, I'll keep it short, is Monday I do an upper body day. So I do every single upper body exercise: bench press, dumbbell bench press, incline bench press, shoulders, biceps, triceps, everything. Then I do lower body day. So I do every lower body exercise: squats, hamstrings, glutes, everything. Then I take a rest day because you need to rest to be able to build up your muscle. Then the day after that, I do specific muscle groups. So I'll do push day, which is just chest and shoulders and triceps. Then the next day I'll do pull day, which is just biceps and back. And then the next day I'll do lower body day, which is specific leg muscles, which is again kind of just another leg day, but more controlled on specific muscle groups like Didi was talking about.
I
And then I
see.
take another rest day, and then I
I
do it
see.
all over again.
And this is
Yeah.
50 minutes or 55 minutes.
It's about an hour, I would say. Depends on how much I stretch. If I stretch, it'll be an hour, hour 10. If I don't stretch, it'll be about an hour, like 55 minutes.
Okay, Veer, what are you doing for fitness in middle school? Like, tell me.
well, okay, so kids my age, like it's actually changed a lot from what I've heard from Baya and Didi. So for physical activity, most kids just play sports, obviously, because that's just what we do at my age. And then what's changed is that there's actually some kids that lift weights now, but
At your age, at 13?
yeah, but the issue with that is that some of the kids like don't have any experience with form, so they can get injured. But we'll just see how that plays out, I guess. And
But
then
the gyms probably don't allow kids your age, right, Veer?
no, they do.
I see.
Yeah,
They do?
yeah. There's like family passes and stuff you can get. I don't know, but
And is it sex specific or both boys and girls are doing it?
no, it's only the boys.
I see. Okay.
Mm.
For eating, it's also a lot different. There's three groups, I would say. There's one, kids that eat healthy and actually try to eat stuff that's good for them. Two is just kids who eat whatever they want. They eat out as much as they want, as much sugar, whatever they want. And then three is just kind of in the middle, like they'll eat what their parents make and sometimes get food, eat out.
Okay, got it.
What about you? What's specific for you?
Well, for physical activity, I just play sports, and then I'll lift weights with Bio once in a while whenever he comes home. And then for food, I eat out. I do both. I eat out and I eat at home sometimes.
And Veer walks a lot.
Yeah, I get like 8 to 12K steps a day, I would say.
Yeah.
Also, when Veer's...
I get 10,000 steps. Like, if you look at my year average on day, it's 10,000 steps.
That's in addition
Mom, how many
to
do you
your...
get?
But I mean, not a lot, because my average keeps dropping when I sit and write or travel and all. I'm just sitting. I have friends who will like walk at the airport, who will literally put their headphones on and while they're waiting, just walk back and forth. I mean, they're actually creating a lot of stress for people around them. I'll be
Wait,
honest
Mom,
with you.
honestly, when I'm on the road for you, I do that.
Yeah, no, and you don't know the amount of stress you cause for people who are just trying to sit there and wait for the flight to take off.
Why?
I
Is
see it. Because they're like aggressively walking angrily, like in an area where people are just trying to sit and keep calm and hope to get on the airplane
Sometimes
and
what
get
I
to
do-
wherever they're getting.
Sometimes what I do, because I do go on the road with, I mean, Mom goes on the road way more than me, but like in the last year, I've had to travel a lot more than usual. And so what I started to do is I have these ankle weights that you can put
Oh.
on your ankles.
Oh,
Yes,
I'll
we
just start
see them.
walking
We see them.
around
They're like strapping
with
the ankle weight, strapping the hand weight.
weights.
It is so annoying, but I'm sure it's good for them. I'm sure that it's a good thing. I myself have thought about getting that weighted vest. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
The
I've seen
vest
that.
that is weighted, that you can wear to, like, we do walk a lot. I don't get bridge. To answer your question, what are my averages are very bad, because some days I walk a lot and then other days I barely hit 2,000 steps. But now I saw that guy. He's like every hour you have to do 10 squats. So I've been deciding that I should
Oh,
do
I
that.
do 10 now, Mom.
No, not right now. That's too much. That's too
Yeah.
much work. I have to be in the right outfit.
But
for
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is the biggest problem with health stuff, or like, I guess just in general, is people always make it out to seem like you have to have the most aesthetic outfit or the most aesthetic Pilates class to go to or the most aesthetic drink to be drinking before, right? Like, this is a real thing. Like, it's all going to happen at the right time.
Zoya, hold on. Before you go, I want to give you something for your apartment.
Wait, I really don't need anything.
No, you need this. I'm telling you. Look, you already have very healthy habits. You don't eat too much sugar. You drink water. You work out a lot. But what you don't have is the best and healthiest salt out in the market. This is 30% less sodium than every other salt in the market, and this is a turmeric infused pepper. And I want you to keep it in your apartment. I want you to keep it in this. Look at these cute little pepper and salt jars.
Wow.
with
Oh,
a little-
look at the spoon.
Look.
Did you just take it away as if it was yours?
Yeah, listen to me. This is going to be a hot take. We're Indian, but you don't need a lot of spices. What you need is lightly steamed vegetables and fruits and meats, braised, with a little touch of high quality salt and high quality pepper. Just trust me,
Wow.
you don't need any of these. And this company is so smart. It's a woman founded
Let me
company.
try
Look
it.
at how I kept it open. They have little pouchettes that you can take with you on the go. And look at how cute. It's got like a little plastic lining so the salt stays fresh the whole time. Here,
What else you have?
show how it looks. Look at how beautiful this salt looks. Look at how beautiful.
You can just tell it's fresh because
It's
it's not
so fresh.
super white. It's
And-
not chemically been.
And you need this in your apartment. I don't want you using that yucky salt.
Oh my god,
anymore.
it tastes so good. Wow.
Look, and look at how cute. I
Oh
got
my
you a whole
gosh.
set. I know.
Wait, I don't know how to cook very well.
Oh, we're gonna solve that, because then we do need. I made a profile for you on the dating apps, and I told them all you know how to cook.
Well, I don't,
So,
but we
no,
are
no,
very, very
she knows
excited
how to cook. She's amazing.
announce that we are bringing you this episode by Spicewell. They gave us this wonderful product, and we love what they do at that company. Thank you so much for tuning into the pod, and buy their products now.
I have a special deal for all my listeners, for all my lovely listeners. Spicewell just launched nationwide in Sprouts in the new product section. You can get a coupon for $3 off when you go to bit.ly/Sprouts now. See link in description of this episode, bit.ly/sprouts now. Again, that's link in description for $3 off Sprouts coupon, because saving money is the only thing that makes me happier than my kids eating my vegetables. Spicewell, I truly love this product. You gotta check it out.
Half of the hassle and half of the reason that people give up is that they just don't want to be like the getting there and coming back and getting ready and getting cooled down after is just annoying. Like nobody wants to stretch. Nobody wants to like go take a shower after and stuff and feel dirty on the way back. They all like once you're actually there, it's really not that bad. It's just the before and after where it's just annoying.
That's true. I agree with that.
True. What are we seeing in health trends? What are something we liking? What are the protein shakes that we care about and don't care about?
I tried protein shakes. I don't like it. It's just like I feel like it's just more chemicals than protein. Bridge,
How
do you
can
agree?
you not like protein shakes? I do
I mean,
not
I can
agree.
drink it. I'm not saying I cannot
Everyone
drink it.
should be drinking a protein shake every single day.
Really?
I'm a big fan of protein
I
shakes.
wish that the protein shakes were not so heavily sweetened with that fake sugar. I hate that. Like,
But
if it
there's
was,
so many protein shake options that don't have sweetened. If you look at the protein shake, which is actually right next to Dad right now, it's fully vegan and fully flavorless. It tastes literally one of the worst things you'll ever drink, but it gives you 30 grams of protein, which is exactly what you need.
wait, it doesn't have the fake sugar in it, the sweet
No,
taste?
not every drink has. Not
What's
every
it
protein
called,
shake
Bridge?
has the fake stuff. I have I don't know the name actually. It's a new vegan brand.
Yeah.
I eat plant-based protein though. I'm a big fan of plant-based protein. I don't like the.
To mitigate all the steak that you eat every day.
No, it has nothing to do with the animals. I obviously am not one to feel like caring about that. I just think that it sounds and feels cleaner when I hear the word vegan. So I just go for those.
Zoya, why are you nodding?
Because, like, it's just ridiculous. Bridge is so funny because he'll be like, I'm drinking something plant-based. And I'm like, you literally had a pound of steak today. Like,
Didi, for you and Baya,
He's not doing it because he's against animal eating and all that. Like,
I know, I'm just joking.
you know, I think everybody's got their preferences. I mean, I also do plant-based when I go to the
You are vegetarian.
Yes, that is
You are
plant-based.
plant-based by nature.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm reminding you that I'm plant-based.
We know. I'm
Yeah.
honestly envious. Veer, what were you asking?
No, do not be envious. I do
Sorry.
not like being vegetarian. This is gonna be a hot take. It is the hardest way to live on the road. I'm not even kidding. Everything I eat is bread and cheese. Everything. And now somebody is gonna write in DI, oh, you should make a quinoa salad. Go to a Marriott and show up at 10 p.m. in the middle of America and say, can I have a quinoa salad, and see what happens to you. Like, people say, I have all these vegan people who never leave their homes. But can we just talk about people who really take health so seriously that they won't leave their homes, they won't go out at a certain time, and I respect that. Listen, I respect that. You want to take your health seriously, I get it. But if you don't ever leave the home, and if you don't ever bend your schedule and don't ever compromise, please don't give me advice on how I should be doing this on the road with the multiple changes every day. That's what happens every time we post about veganism or like living healthy. It's always the 10 people who never leave their house who have opinions on how everybody else in the world should be operating.
And honestly, some of my favorite memories in my early adulthood have been when I've been unhealthy. To be honest, I had this like
You've
one of my
never been
fav-
unhealthy. When have you been
But
unhealthy?
I've had a few moments this year. Honestly, I've been experimenting a little bit to like engage in fun. And
Oh my
essentially,
Experimenting with being unhealthy? What do you mean?
no,
Engaging
as
in
in
fun.
to participate
Oh.
in fun, you know? Because usually I opt out. So I was like, okay, let me try. And so there was this concert and I went. It was a Fred Again concert. Like, actually, I love Fred Again so much. I'm going to Coldplay next weekend. I'm so excited. And so, anyways, after Fred Again, my friend was like, do you want to go get In-N-Out? And In-N-Out is such a like California staple situation. Everybody's always like Shake Shack or Fred Again. Like, would love to know in the comments what people think if they've done this debate of which burger chain is better. I don't typically eat burgers. I don't typically eat fast food. I don't even typically stay up late. But I was like, you know what? Let's run it. I've never done this before. And so we drove to In-N-Out. We were like listening to music. We ate the burger in the car, which was like a foreign concept for me being from the city where we
okay,
don't
I
drive.
feel like these just really aren't crazy things at all.
Well, it was unhealthy. It was like, oh, I had a burger and like went out late night. And
Bro,
felt-
what?
It sounds, Zoya,
What are
it
you
sounds really
It sounds like
uppity.
a regular night for Via.
A burger?
It sounds so uppity, Zoya.
I feel like since you've gone to college, your diet has only gotten better. So can you like explain that?
Well, I've been really fortunate in where the university that I go to has incredible food. So I don't need to cut corners or eat stuff that's not good because the food they serve, and they serve from like literally 6 a.m. all the way till 10 p.m. is just really good. But honestly, I recognize my like fortune with that because I know a lot of other people who go to different colleges or universities, they have a really bad experience with food and they really can't get food anywhere.
Shout
But
out to Cornell University for
Yeah,
getting the food right. Shout out to we
because they
won't
have a
name,
really nice hotel
we will
management
not
program.
name the other universities in this room.
Stanford Theta, my sorority serves great food, honestly.
Yes.
But they only serve it like
No, but Bridge
5
is
days a
just
week.
talking about the university in
As a
general.
whole,
You would
I
think
know.
that
yeah,
at this price point, all the universities would have figured it out, but apparently not.
We stayed at the hotel on campus, which had fantastic food as well, the Statler
Yeah.
Hotel. So they really know what they're doing with respect to food.
yeah.
But listen, the food is important. It's you have to have your staples. What I've seen is that the people who are not eating for taste are probably the most healthful people. They're not obsessed with, let me change it up. I ate this today, so let me eat that tomorrow. I feel like the people who have the predictable food patterns live a healthier life. Would you guys say that you're seeing that?
Are you saying this because Shah Rukh Khan just said it?
No, I told you Shah Rukh Khan said it. He doesn't eat for taste. But I said that to you because you were eating that meat thing that looks so bad. And you were like, Mom, I
Okay,
don't care
to
what
be
it
fair,
tastes like.
that was only bad because Baya made it. Like you can make that taste
Yeah,
good.
you can make it taste good. I was just gonna say that, Veer.
Okay,
No,
you
but
want to talk about
Rich,
impracticality?
yeah.
Do you know how impractical it is to make like meat taste good? You know how much time that takes?
It's
No, it
it's
doesn't.
just 5 extra minutes
you
to
just
season your ground beef. It's really not
all
that
you do is
difficult.
you put it in the microwave for 8 to 10 minutes to let it defrost,
You
and then
sound
you
like a
let it cook for
caveman when you
another
say
5
this.
more
Like we
minutes, and
have
then you eat all of it. It's as simple as that. It becomes when you start adding all these extra elements. I will say this: my 75-day hard challenge would literally be impossible if everything I ate tasted good. It would literally, unequivocally be impossible. Even in the mornings when I'm eating my eggs now, I want to throw up after eating the eggs because of how many eggs I've eaten in the morning in a row
Oh
now.
my
How
god!
many?
It
And
just
like
is not possible.
Veer
Because
is
I'm eating
right.
I'll eat 5 eggs in a row. It'll be something like you know what I heard? This is my favorite thing. I quote. You know I'm someone who doesn't like quotes that much. This is my
We
favorite
know.
thing that I've ever
We know
heard
how
someone
much you
said
like quotes.
was a quote from Kobe. And Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. He said every single summer off season when he works out, he makes a contract with himself. He makes a deal with himself on what he's going to do this summer. What is he going to do every single day down to the last detail without question will get it done. So when he's sweating, bleeding, he wants to throw up, he wants to pass out on the basketball court when he's working out, he can't stop because he hasn't held up his end of the bargain that day. That has been the most powerful thing I've heard to help me get through this 75-day challenge because when I'm 24, 30 ounces behind in my water and I'm about to sleep, I know that I have to get through it so I can sleep that night. So I'll pound the water, throw up some of it after, and then go to bed with beer. That's just how it is. You make contracts
Ew.
with yourself and you uphold your end of the bargain. That is the most powerful thing
Yeah, I don't think I could ever.
That's a lot different than
That's
making your
not for
taste
me.
your
I'm
food
just too
taste
much
good.
of a foodie. I like eating. Like it's like I am. I just love eating very high quality good. I mean, I think that's the biggest expense of my day-to-day life. If I look back for the last 25 years, is good quality food. In fact, I think the only reason I like being in New York is the food options. I don't think I get anything else outside of outside of New York, outside of the variety of food and the high quality variety of food that it offers.
We're not
I
even
don't care
going to
about the
get into the
museums.
cost of food. We're not even going to get into it because our entire credit card is food, 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 takeout, order in, grocery, Uber Eats, Instacart. Like literally, it's like a collection of all the different ways you can get food or deliver food, consume food. It is
Which is
wild.
why I
I
cannot
really
eat all day. Like I think the reason that this fasting thing works, which is not like eating once a day or eating a few hours a day works for me, is good. At least for those hours, it allows me to eat what I want to eat. I order in, I order whatever I want. Like, my mom has been visiting, so she's been making this ahar ki dal that I really like with ghee and all fatty stuff in it, and I've been able to enjoy it. because I grew up eating it like literally every day, every 2 days when I was growing up, and it's really sort of a not the healthiest thing to eat. But I think the only reason I can enjoy it is because I eat once a day. Otherwise, it would just basically take me to death much sooner than I'm supposed to die.
What
That's how
if you don't eat fancy foods? Take me to death? What?
I'm saying that I would, if I was eating this stuff 2 or 3 times a day, it would
Oh
just
yeah,
kill me.
yeah. No, you can't.
Mom, you know what I see with you?
Yeah,
I see that whenever you eat something unhealthy, you eat it for the thought of it. You buy it and then you take one to
Yeah.
two bites and then you
yeah,
throw it out.
yeah. It's true. I don't
That's
really.
so perceptive.
That is
It's
such a
true.
present observation.
I feel like I want like lately this last 10 days I was on the road. I wanted a glass of wine uh, occasionally. I don't drink much, but occasionally. But even after I got it, after two sips, I was like, I can't afford the hangover. I can't afford to be tired. I have so much work. So I would have a glass of wine. I would take two sips and just leave the rest and
But
just drink my
the, but
water.
the, a glass of wine is not going to make you hangover.
I get tired, Shalab. If I have one glass of wine and I have to go back and still write for 3 hours, I
Hmm?
just can't do it.
Hmm?
Writing requires an insane amount of focus and concentration. And, the kind of writing I do, which is long form writing, it's like constantly referring to page 4 and page 44 and what I said, what dialogue happened here, and what dialogue needs to come up. I love the idea of even having dessert, for example, but after two bites, I just can't do it anymore. It makes me feel like shit, and I end up wasting so much money. But I don't know what to do because I can't live the life where I never order anything that gives me joy. I'm out by myself on the road. It's a very, very like I was in an extremely high stress job for 5 days, and all I did was order food, take two bites, and leave it because I
Hmm.
didn't know what else to do.
That story that you told me about, what was her name? The girl that, maybe Kelly Ripa or something, about how she like takes a bite of a caramel or something. What was it that you told me some story that she like somebody eats like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. One chocolate covered raisin. Yeah,
one chocolate covered raisin. This woman who obviously is
yeah.
ripped and like a supermodel, the whole thing.
But
She
Kelly Ripa, she took that story down because she got so much hate for it. But she does. She remember. So I don't know if you remember, but when you used to do Soul Cycle in the city,
Yeah, she used to be
she
there.
used to do like. But she does 2, 3 back to back. Like
But
she'll do
that's what
two classes, three classes back
but
to back.
but that's something that, okay, I'm gonna get canceled for this. I'm gonna get canceled for this. I'm gonna get canceled for this. I'm just telling you guys. Okay, when I talk about my workout schedule and the things that I do to stay healthy, it triggers some people. It actually does. I can see people getting triggered, getting annoyed, like
Yeah.
and even
Why?
suggesting things like you're anorexic or you have an eating disorder or you have this, you have that. And I'm like, wait, I actually know that I have a really healthy relationship with food and with exercise, and it works for me. But because it's such a sensitive topic, and
Mm.
it's so, people have such complicated relationships with it, people get really personally upset at seeing people trying to be their best selves. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. And so
But it's crazy because I bet you that Bridge doesn't see it. I bet
What?
you that when a boy is living very
What?
healthy,
I don't understand. Like,
no, no, no.
bro,
I
you're
think
same
no.
stands of beer. Like, what the
No,
heck?
I think when a boy is like, I need to lift, I need to drink my water, people judge that a lot less harshly than when a woman does.
Yeah, but
Wow.
when a boy doesn't go to the gym and they don't drink their water, they get judged a lot more than a girl who doesn't
Wow.
do that.
That is a pretty cool observation.
bang.
That is
Why?
true.
Why is this so bang?
Because it's true. Like if a unhealthy boy would get judged much more harshly than a
Yeah.
girl.
No,
Yeah.
but well, a girl basically has to be skinny. Fat girls get judged.
Oh yeah,
So they
that's
don't
true.
care how you get skinny. If you want to have anorexia and be skinny, people will be like, that's fine. She looks great, even though it's not right. But a boy, like for example, if Bridge is like, I don't need that, I don't need that, whatever, he is not going to be called picky. Whereas Zoya, if she does the same exact thing, people will make fun of her and be like, oh,
Yeah,
she's so picky.
it's such a thing because people are always like, oh, Zoya won't, like, Zoya has such strict boundaries with everything and whatever. But I make it easy for people. Like, I usually eat before, if I go out for lunch with somebody, I've already eaten. Like, I'm not relying on, I let them make their reservation wherever they want to go. I'll have hot tea. I'll do whatever I want. But like, I've eaten my own meals.
But that they
Oh
must
my
feel so
God, Zoya,
irritated.
you do that, and it's so crazy. Sometimes you go and she's like, I'm just gonna have hot water with lemon. Oh my
But
God.
that must irritate the people that you're going out to lunch with because they're
Yes,
hoping.
But
me.
I'm, I, I don't care because that's not gonna work for me, right? Like, okay, I met this one girl who validated everything about me. This woman who is a ballerina at the highest level. She's so incredible. When I hang out with her, she is so like disciplined about every version of everything that she does. And you know what? It works for her, and she's a very disciplined person. And she was a ballerina
But
at the
Zoya,
highest
she's a
level.
ballerina. You're not a
So what?
ballerina.
I want to be at the highest level of my health. I just do. I'm always competing with myself over something.
Yeah. No, we know that. We are aware. But the food thing is a real thing. Any other health trips? Anything? What makes look? We are known as the family that walks as a family. We do family walk famously. What is the most fun part of family walk for you guys?
I like talking. I like talking about topics that I feel like are unexpected conversation topics.
Yes. And
I
what's your
think
least favorite thing? I'll tell you. I have an answer for both. But
Talking.
Oh,
Talking.
huh?
my
What's
least favorite thing is rallying everybody, like
yes?
getting everybody out.
True. That is my second least favorite thing. But my
I'm not gonna
least
lie. I think that solo walks have grown on me a lot because I like to just walk and listen to music.
music. Yeah, but you know what you guys have been
music
doing,
is a
which is
drug.
so
Music is a drug. I'm very anti-music. I used to be like the biggest music fan in the world. It is literally a drug. It
What
is
do you mean by
harming the
that?
youth. I think that if I was younger than the age of 16, I hope that you guys barely listen to music. Barely, barely, barely. It is such a drug. Kids nowadays, they listen to music while doing their homework. They listen to music while doing work. They listen to music while going on walks. They listen to music when they're hanging out with their friends. Kids will literally
Yeah,
listen to
that's
music in the
ridiculous.
middle of a friend group. That's crazy. I saw one kid come over to our house for a sleepover. His friends with Veer, and he went to sleep with AirPods in.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
He
that
went
too,
to sleep with
Bryce.
AirPods
I've
in.
seen that.
That's actually insane, and that's so bad for your health and both mental health and physically, like your brain. It's actually absurd. I am on a whole new wavelength where I've come up with this whole theory about how music is a drug. I'll explore it more later, but music has become so dangerous.
no, I see it. Like you guys sometimes go for a walk with me and you have one earbud. I
You
have friends.
literally tell me,
You are the one
okay,
to
if
do
you're not
that.
going to be interesting,
No,
I'm listening to my music. You
no,
have
yeah,
told
No,
me that
no,
sometimes.
mom.
many
You asked.
times.
You asked, can we walk and can we not talk and can we both just have our music in? That's what
Yes,
you asked.
You did it all the
sometimes.
time.
Not all the time. Sometimes I
Wait,
do.
all the
Sometimes
time,
I'm
because
in the
sometimes
middle
I
of
don't.
listening to an album that is on repeat loop in my head right now, so I don't want to get interrupted, but I still want to walk with you guys. But I have friends, girlfriends, my age women who keep a earphone on all the time, and I find that so disrespectful. I
Yeah.
think it is so rude to hang out with somebody and have an AirPod in your ear. And but no one else seems to have a problem with it. I have to tell them, I'm like, if you're gonna keep your AirPod in your ear, I'm not sitting here. Like, what is this? Are you having a conversation with me or somebody else? And then they act like they're wounded. Like, what? My favorite thing when we go for a walk is figuring out which sneaker I'm gonna wear. I do enjoy
Aw,
choosing my
Mom,
sneaker.
you're so cute.
Outfits in general or just a sneaker?
No, just a sneaker because
Mom
my
is
outfit
being
is
a
always the same.
sneakerhead is the cutest thing ever.
I am a sneakerhead. I do love cool sneakers and comfortable sneakers. I was all about New Balance for a long time, but I've really gotten into the fashion sneaker game, so that's my thing now. But not on run. Just before, but that is the one brand that I don't like. It's too cushioned.
On
It
I have
cloud.
to say I don't run well and on route well
on
run. I
cloud or
don't
Bro,
whatever that Roger
this
What
is
Federer.
did you run in, Zoya, this 10 miles that you did?
Hoka. I run better
Hoka.
in Hoka. Because it's a
Roger,
flat
You are
sneaker.
saying that only because it's Dad's favorite shoe.
no,
If Dad had
that
never
is
brought up
not
on runs,
okay. First
you
of
would
all,
literally
I
be the
no
biggest fan in the
I think
world,
you're
and that
right,
is the
Bridge.
only
no, that
reason.
is
I'm
not.
the one that discovered On Run very early on when Roger Federer hadn't even bought the
Is it
stake
called
in the
on run
company.
or on cloud?
On
It's
cloud or
On
whatever.
cloud
First
or
of all,
whatever.
why
I think
does
it's
it
on
have a
cloud.
complicated name? Just fucking write the name on the shoe. But Roger, if you're watching this, I'm telling you, can you make a
Roger.
shoe that's closer to the
Roger.
ground? Like remove that cushioning, Roger.
If
I saw you at the Mac store. You were very nice to your wife, waiting long time for her to pick red lipstick. I'm a big fan, but the shoe Can you create another shoe for people who like to walk closer to the ground, please?
Roger's
Because
never gonna watch this.
he's watching this. You don't know who's watching what. Anyway, this is our episode on health trends, the things that we're doing, things that we're not doing, things that are working, things that are not working. And as we end every episode with a round of good grades with Garg, so too we're gonna end this episode with a round of good grades with Gargs. And each Garg is going to assign another Garg an A grade for bringing the winning moment, the entertaining moment, or just the iconic moment of the episode. So who wants to go first?
I'm giving my A grade to Veer.
Okay.
He had the winning moment to me when he called out Bridge for being disgusting, and how it actually isn't that hard to take the extra 5 minutes to season beef. It really just isn't. You just put salt and you call it a day.
Okay, but he can eat it without the salt. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just saying that for Bridge
Like
to
a
be
lot of
so,
cardiologists will say, don't add the salt.
but
I mean,
for
that's
Bridge
just-
to say that it's just impossible,
So
I'm
difficult, like,
so
it's
glad.
not,
I'm
yeah.
so
But
glad
he's
Veer called
creating
him
a
on
simple
that.
structure that works for him. I mean, I don't think he should.
I understand. No, that's not the issue. The issue is that he said
Calls it-
that he said it was so
It's
impossible
like the
and
most
difficult.
impossible
Like,
thing. It's
yeah.
not the most impossible thing.
Okay.
And I'm
Hold
glad
on.
Veer called him.
Is salt seasoning now? Are we counting salt as
It's
seasoning?
like-
Because I'm a very well seasoned person. If you're talking about like the garlic, mixing the raw meat with your hand together, marinating everything, that is an adventure. Because one, you have to do all that pre it, then you have to cook it, then you have to clean everything up, then you have to wash all the dishes and put them away. That is a large task.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Half of those
Whatever,
things you
I'm
have to
giving
do
it to Veer.
regardless. But
Okay, all right. So who wants to go next?
I'll give my A grade to Bridge. I think that he is very careful with his food, and you know, as Bridge noted yesterday, Indian genes are not the best genes. I don't know why, but they're not when it comes to health, and they require extra work and extra effort to stay healthy. Especially as a boy, Indian men are famous for having cardiac arrest early in life. So hence, I'll give my A grade to Bridge.
Okay. Who wants to go after dad?
I'm gonna give my A grade to mom
Oh.
because
What? Okay, I'm surprised by that. Okay.
I noticed that whenever we're at restaurants and I get a sugary drink, you make sure to keep me in check, because sometimes, like, I'll be basically done with the drink before the food even gets there,
Yeah.
before the food is even brought out, and I noticed that you keep me in check, and I'm appreciative of that.
Aw,
Thank you.
that's
That
How
is-
come you have sugary drinks, Veer, even though you were so self-aware about
He
everything
rarely
that's...
does anymore. He
No,
doesn't.
he will order
No, I
one
do.
drink.
I do.
Yeah,
Wait, I
okay.
remember one thing that you did, Mom, growing up that was so smart is you would make it so fun for us to put seltzer water in our soda
Yeah.
and stuff. And when I was little, I thought that was us like concocting a cool drink. Like I didn't realize that you were doing that to cut the sugar.
Yeah.
But you were, and that was one of the most ingenious parenting things you ever did. Because I would feel like I'd be like, guys, like you want your cranberry juice or whatever, like I have this special drink, and I would just pour whatever sparkling waters, Pellegrino, whatever, and people would be like, ooh, this is so cool. But I had no idea as a kid that you were just trying to reduce my sugar intake. That was
Yep.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She's like,
Bridge,
yeah.
who gets your A grade?
I'm giving my A grade to Veer because I think that he's very, very strong for his age, and he's gonna keep getting stronger and stronger if he keeps going to the gym, keeps putting in that work, and he's been putting in that work so far.
Yes, I agree.
Hmm.
I'm giving my A grade to Bridge to counter the A grade that the grade that Bridge, Veer, and Zoya didn't give to Bridge, because I think simple is better. I think simple is sustainable. Bridge is figuring out the simplest strategies to stay fit, and I think that is the kind of thinking that will stay in the long run. Just the way Shalab did, just the way their dad did. Like I don't how many years has it been intermittent fasting, Shalab?
2019, so 6.
Yeah, 6 years. When he said, I'm just going to eat one meal a day, it was a simple thing at the time, but it's what has kind of stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of us, with our complicated, we'll do this, we won't do that. I mean, especially me, every time I change it up because I think I'm doing something new and complicated, it never works. So that's who gets my A grade, Bridge. And this has been our episode on health trends for this year. And we can't wait to hear what you're doing. Please, if somebody has ideas for food and fitness on the go, reach out to us immediately, because that is a crisis that I'm facing personally in my life. And we are going to be traveling a lot more, myself and as a family. So we're going to need more solutions on the go. Please, if you work in that space, have a company in that space, please hit us up, because we're desperately looking. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Zarna Garg Family Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bring your friends and family into this discussion. Let's build a positive world filled with solutions and laughter. And we had so much fun and can't wait to see you again. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.